High above the clouds, passengers have seen things no one can explain.
Carrie, what is that?
Mysterious lights moving faster than planes. Figures appearing where they shouldn't.
How?
And unbelievable encounters caught thousands of feet in the air.
What is that?
These aren't just flights, they're mysteries unfolding in the sky, and we shouldn't ignore them. Have you ever experienced watching something mysterious in the sky? Well, in 2024, a passenger flying from Paris to London filmed tall, humanoid figures standing motionless on the clouds. They weren't flying, they weren't moving, just standing apart in pairs, like silent guardians in the sky. The sight left passengers frozen, unsure if they were witnessing shadows, illusions, or something not meant for human eyes. Skeptics said it was a trick of light, but the passengers talked about extraterrestrials that might be watching over Earth. Whatever it was, it can't be unseen. Silver Watcher. In 2025, the skies over Utah revealed something that left viewers unsettled. A passenger recorded what looked like a humanoid figure suspended high above the clouds. Its body was wrapped in a shining silver suit. The figure wasn't drifting like a balloon, nor shaped like any aircraft. It seemed still, as though quietly observing from its hidden post. When the man filming zoomed in to see the face, it appeared hidden under a metallic helmet. This might be an advanced military tech, or could be a sky sentinel, an otherworldly presence reminding us we're not alone. What do you say? Comment below. Unreal sight. On a Boeing 787 Dreamliner over LA, passengers found themselves staring at something extraordinary outside their windows. Was it just a chemtrail or an extraterrestrial craft that malfunctioned mid-flight? Watch and decide for yourself. This was a huge object that was gliding forward, releasing thick black and white smoke that looked heavy against the clouds. At first, it moved in a straight path, but then it suddenly tilted and started heading downward. Before anyone could make sense of it, the object itself vanished, but the smoke remained behind like some kind of path. Mysterious ring. On a flight from Chicago to New York, passengers noticed something unknown hanging in the sky. It was a white ring, smoky in texture, that was perfectly shaped and completely still. Unlike clouds that drift with the wind, this formation didn't move at all. As the plane moved forward, the ring slowly began to fade until it slipped entirely out of view. Scientists might call it a rare atmospheric event, but when the footage was posted online, extraterrestrial enthusiasts said it looked like a gateway and called it a portal opening to other dimensions. And it is possible that the humanoid figures we have seen earlier entered through this gateway into our world. Leave your opinions in the comments below. Passing saucer. With so many digital fakes online, it's easy to doubt every strange video. But this one left even skeptics confused. While flying over the US, a pilot was recording the landscape below when something unexpected shot into frame. At full speed, it was nothing more than a blur rushing past the plane. But when he slowed down the footage, the shape looked like a saucer with extended edges. The man was confused whether it was a fast drone or proof that flying saucers are patrolling our skies, hidden in plain sight. What do you think this could be? Shadow trail.
What is that? Carrie, what is that?
High above the Aegean Sea, passengers thought they were watching the usual sky until something unusual appeared in the clouds. A dark, flat object appeared, hovering with an odd stillness. Then, it tilted slightly, as if shifting shape, and began gliding forward. What caught everyone off guard was the long, shadow-like trail it left behind, fading slowly as though it was part of the sky itself. Some dismissed it as light reflection, while others were convinced it was no ordinary craft. Ancient tales of sky visitors have long circulated around the Aegean, and this moment left many wondering if it has something to do with that shadow trail.
Don't move me. Don't move me.
Unexpected encounter. In 2019, this blurry video from Maryland spread quickly online, leaving viewers stunned. A Naval Academy student was testing his small aircraft when something unexpected appeared. It was a glowing orb that drifted toward the craft, and in an instant, the aircraft seemed to vanish inside it, as if swallowed whole. Then, just as suddenly, the orb moved away and disappeared into the sky. The poor quality of the clip left many details unclear, but the sight was chilling. Authorities covered up the incident by calling it just a camera glitch. But ufologists believed it was an unidentified craft, or even a moving portal that abducted the aircraft to study our defenses, and you never know if something bigger is on its way. Snake on board.
Passenger signalled over to cabin crew. She said she'd seen a snake on the wing and apparently...
Next is this clip that will make you think twice before boarding a flight. At first, passengers on an Australian flight couldn't believe what they were seeing. It was a massive python gripping tightly onto the wing as the plane soared 30,000 feet above the ground. The sight left everyone frozen, wondering how a creature like that ended up outside an aircraft mid-flight. But the story didn't end there. In another chilling moment captured on an Air Asia flight, a snake appeared again. This time inside the cabin itself, slithering across the illuminated ceiling panel. It did not look like an escaped pet. It might have crawled aboard from the runway. Whatever the case, these back-to-back encounters made passengers scared. Unknown object. For decades, the woods near the RAF Rendlesham base in England have remained famous. They have carried a reputation for unexplained aerial encounters. In 2025, that legend grew when an unusual shaped object was filmed in the sky nearby. At first, it stayed motionless, but then its lower half began to glow, releasing a streak of lightning. Moments later, its lower part glowed again before fading into the sky as if it had never been there. Skeptics called it a weather anomaly, yet believers saw it as undeniable proof of extraterrestrials living among us. They claimed it was a UFO, and in that glow something or someone entered our world. But with no official statement, that object remained a mystery. Unknown humanoid. A man recorded a humanoid figure beside a tall building. It was moving upward in a gliding motion with its posture still and wide open arms. The blurriness of the video made it difficult to see any other details. As the figure reached above the building, the clip cut off, leaving a mystery behind. Skeptics claimed it was clever editing, and the video quality added weight to this claim. But online viewers were convinced that it was a Pleiadian. They are often categorized as Nordic aliens, a term describing a specific type of extraterrestrial with human-like features. Saucer mystery. Nevada's skies have long been tied to secrets. It has Area 51 that fuels endless theories of hidden crafts and strange experiments. During a routine flight over its mountains, a passenger's camera may have caught what many consider proof. A metallic saucer-shaped object hovered just above the mountains, with its one side glowing brightly from the sun's reflection. It moved side by side with the plane, as though studying it, before drifting away. But just when it seemed gone, the craft suddenly rushed back toward the aircraft, and the video cut off abruptly. This move did not seem a coincidence. But because of the abrupt ending and lack of any official proof, we do not know what happened next to the plane, and the truth remained behind the government doors. Strange light. This video ended suddenly, almost as if the camera itself was forced to shut down. But before it cut, travelers saw a glowing blue object. It emerged from the clouds on a flight from London to New York. This wasn't lightning or another jet. It looked like something alive, pulsing with light. Viewers said the craft's radiation may have disturbed the camera. They believe the flashes weren't random at all, but a signal from something hidden deep within the clouds. Could this be proof of those secret alien bases people have talked about for years? What do you believe? Comment down. Sky Mothership. Japan's Kumamoto Prefecture is known for its calm skies, but one pilot's footage showed something far less ordinary. While flying above the clouds, he recorded a massive umbrella-shaped object hanging motionless in the air. For minutes, it didn't move, but as he zoomed closer, something startling happened. Many smaller objects appeared to emerge from the larger craft, scattering into the sky. When the video surfaced online, many claimed it was undeniable proof of an extraterrestrial mothership releasing smaller crafts. To this day, this site leads to one of the strongest arguments that we are being watched from above. Unknown fleet. An airplane passenger couldn't believe what he was seeing when he looked out the window mid-flight. Floating above the clouds was not just one strange object, but an entire fleet of metallic objects. He quickly grabbed his phone and hit record. The footage quickly gained attention, but soon after, the clip was flagged and quietly removed from several platforms. People began saying that authorities were trying to bury it. Despite this, scientists who managed to analyze the video said the objects showed no signs of being commercial or military aircraft. Their synchronized movements and distance from the plane led some to call it clear evidence of a UFO fleet. Bizarre sighting. Back in March 2019, a passenger on a commercial flight filmed something strange, something that seemed way too close to the plane. The object didn't look like a jet or a drone. Instead, it shifted oddly in the air, moving in a way no normal aircraft should. The passenger could not identify it and uploaded the clip on Instagram. And that's where the debate began. Some viewers dismissed it as a glitch in the camera or thought it could be experimental tech, but others believed it might be alive, some kind of airborne creature we've barely begun to understand. With no certain answer, its identity remained a mystery. Orange glow. Mid-flight in Hawaii, passengers pointed their cameras toward the clouds, only to catch something truly unusual. The sky below them wasn't as dark as expected. Instead, an orange glow spread out as if the clouds were being lit from below. The glow looked unnatural. Later, scientists explained it as nothing more than the sunset reflecting under the cloud layers. But believers had a different take. They claimed it looked like signs of a hidden city in the clouds, and it could be proof of extraterrestrials slowly making their way into our world. Either way, that glow remains impossible to forget. Discoid descent. Back in 2017, a passenger filming from a commercial plane caught something strange in the sky. From a distance of a few feet, a metallic object with a perfect disc shape appeared, gliding downward. For a moment, it seemed to be on a controlled path, but just as the man tried to capture it more, the object vanished entirely from view. It seemed like the craft noticed being captured. This was believed to be the clearest UFO sighting. We have heard about secret alien bases on Earth, and it might be preparing to land on one of them. And its sudden disappearance hinted at otherworldly technology that made its journey unnoticeable. elongated object. While flying over New Mexico, an American Airlines pilot reported seeing something unusual. He captured a long, cylindrical object that flew above the aircraft at incredible speed. To the naked eye, it was nothing more than a quick flash, gone before anyone could react. But when the footage was slowed down and analyzed carefully, the shape became clearer. It resembled the classic cigar-shaped UFO, a design that has been reported in sightings for decades. Experts brushed it off as a fast-moving missile or experimental aircraft. But with an increasing number of UFO sightings, this seemed to be another encounter with advanced crafts not of this world. Shape-shifting entity. From an airplane window, a man recorded something unlike anything seen before. It was a bright white entity high in the sky. At first glance, it looked still. But as the camera zoomed in, the entity kept twisting and changing shapes. It was not holding a single shape long enough to define it. The man could not identify what it was. Was it a strange cloud, a plasma-like life form, or even a craft cloaked in energy? Whatever it was, its shifting form showed how the sky is hiding more than we know. Zigzag skies. This woman looked out of her plane window and captured a weird view. Instead of a blue sky, she caught the aftermath of a giant sketch. Strange zigzag smoke trails were stretching across the sky, layer upon layer. These weren't ordinary contrails from planes. They were twisted and overlapped in ways that didn't make sense. Some said it could have been secret military testing. Others believed it was evidence of unidentified crafts maneuvering in patterns no human aircraft could. Whatever the cause, those skies didn't look natural at all. Glowing objects. Over the United States, a traveler caught something unusual from her airplane window. These were glowing objects floating above the clouds. It wasn't just one, but several, spread out at a distance from each other. When she zoomed in on one, it looked like a glowing orb resembling an object. Almost too perfect to be natural. The footage quickly went viral, with people debating whether these were otherworldly crafts, and the way they hovered in formation made it hard to dismiss the idea that this wasn't a random sighting, but a fleet moving with some hidden agenda. Unknown passenger. On a routine flight from Dallas to LA, things took an odd turn when a passenger began recording the cabin. In the corner of the frame, small, strange-looking feet appeared from the panel above the seats. At first, she thought it was a glitch of light, but when other passengers saw it, they started saying that someone might have been smuggling an unusual animal on board. The sight caused panic among travelers, unsure of what exactly was crawling inside their plane. The video later went viral, fueling theories of secret exotic pets, or perhaps something that wasn't an animal at all. Frozen illusion. Ever looked out mid-flight and seen another plane suspended in the sky, like someone hit pause on reality? That's exactly what a pilot over San Francisco captured. It was an aircraft that just wasn't moving, frozen in place. He kept filming, expecting it to move any second, but it didn't. When he posted the clip online, experts quickly jumped in with an explanation: the parallax effect. It's a visual illusion where one's own motion can make another moving object appear completely still. Logical, right? But despite this logical explanation, ufologists weren't convinced. They argued it wasn't an illusion at all, but an extraterrestrial craft disguised to look like a plane. Unusual sight. Only in Florida, something like this could happen. Take a look. there was this alligator casually strolling across an airport runway. A passenger filmed the moment right from his seat. The massive reptile walked slowly across the tarmac, completely unbothered by the giant aircraft nearby. Locals weren't too surprised, though Florida is home to well over 1 million alligators, and it's not unusual for them to wander into unexpected places. In this case, the gators seem to be heading back toward the wetlands just beyond the runway. For visitors, it was a shocking welcome, but for Floridians, just another day in the Sunshine State. Man in bag.
In order to avoid being impure, he has covered himself in a trash bag.
This clip from 2013 showed one of the strangest moments ever recorded on a flight. Travelers noticed an Orthodox Jewish man sitting completely wrapped inside a giant plastic bag.
An Orthodox Jew who is on an airplane, and he has covered himself in a massive plastic bag.
The unusual sight quickly drew attention, with many taking photos and videos, unsure of what they were witnessing. Later, it was explained that the man was a Kohen, a descendant of ancient priests who follow strict religious rules that forbid flying over cemeteries. By sealing himself inside the bag, he believed he was creating a barrier between himself and the ground below. Many people dismissed it as extreme, but others saw it as devotion. But for his fellow passengers, it was a scene they would never forget.
The Redditor who originally posted the picture said that he was trying to, make sure that he was segregating himself from females.
Inhuman passengers.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off in everyone.
On a flight in Dallas, a woman caused a major disruption that soon went viral. Standing in the aisle, she started shouting that the man sitting beside her was no ordinary passenger. The woman claimed he was a reptilian being in disguise.
I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
While others around her saw nothing unusual, she refused to back down, repeating her warning. The crew had no choice but to delay the flight for 3 hours. They dismissed it as stress or paranoia. But soon after, a second video from a different flight surfaced. Another passenger said he saw an inhuman figure sitting quietly in a seat, though the blurry footage couldn't reveal its form. But after these back-to-back incidents, viewers connected them to old conspiracies of reptilian figures blending in with humans. Open-air flights.
Oceana Airlines plane with 194 people on board. And let's go ahead and go right to the video now because it's just unbelievable.
Air travel has seen its fair share of strange passenger incidents, but some are almost unbelievable. In 2023, an Asiana Airlines flight in South Korea turned chaotic when a 33-year-old passenger managed to open the emergency exit while the plane was still 850 feet above ground. Strong winds rushed inside as terrified passengers clung to their seats. Luckily, the aircraft landed safely. However, a few passengers were taken to the hospital just to make sure everything was okay. But this wasn't the first time something like this happened. Back in 2019, a woman in China casually opened the emergency exit after claiming she simply wanted some fresh air. While both incidents ended without any harm, they remind us how unpredictable human behavior can be even in the sky. Time loop flight. A video emerged from a Chinese airline in January, and there is nothing normal about it. A man suddenly stood up, shouting that he was stuck in a time loop. According to him, this was the 6th cycle, and in every previous one, the plane had crashed. He even claimed the flight attendant wasn't human at all, but a robot changing her battery right in front of him. Passengers panicked, refusing to fly. The man was later taken away for treatment, with authorities saying his mind was unwell. But here's the unsettling part. What if he really saw something ahead of time? A future no one else was ready for. Chaotic man.
Hearing horror stories lately about aggressive airline passengers harassing the flight crew and frightening everyone on board.
It was just a regular flight when things suddenly took a bizarre turn. A man started growling, shouting, and pulling his mask over his face as if he had completely lost control. He caused chaos in mid-flight and stormed down the aisle, confronting the crew one by one. For a while, it felt like the flight could be forced to turn around, but instead of panicking, the attendants kept their composure, containing the chaos.
Fox 11 has obtained this video of a guy who was so agitated, he was growling.
When the plane finally landed, police rushed on board and took the man. The cabin finally took a breath of relief, as they had just witnessed something they'd only seen in viral videos. A real loose cannon mid-flight. Open discussion. It's time for today's open discussion. This old footage has recently resurfaced online, leaving people stunned. The video showed a humanoid figure with huge wings in the sky. It hovered for a moment before suddenly falling, and just when it seemed like we're about to see more, the video abruptly ended. Skeptics claimed it was an edited clip, and the sudden ending and poor quality of the clip only added weight to their claim. However, believers were convinced it was something else entirely. Was it an angel? A creature we don't yet understand? Or simply an illusion? Whatever the case, the mystery of what really fell from the sky is still open for guesses. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.